TV.
Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to West Talk. On today's episode, we're going to be chatting about a really fun festival in our region. We're going to talk to organizers, and we're going to talk to performers. It's the Trails, Tales, Tunes Festival in Norris Point. It's on the go right now, and it's extending through this week and this weekend. And I mean, this is just a festival you need to check out. This festival marks the beginning of festival season in Newfoundland. It's in the heart of Grossmoor, one of the most spectacular places in this country, and it has a schedule jam-packed with artists from all over the place, really. And so tell us a little bit about this festival and what to expect. We're going to be talking with Marina Sexton from the Trails, Tales, and Tunes board.
Well, welcome back from the break. My name is Kevin, and I have with me a woman named Marina Sexton from Trails, Tales, and Tunes, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Marina, first of all, hi, and welcome to the show.
It's nice to meet you, and thank you for having us.
So, Marina, tell us a little bit about Trails, Tales, and Tunes, because it's definitely an event I think a lot of people may have heard the name of, because it's been around for some time. But what exactly is it, and how long has it been going on?
Well, Trails, Tales, and Tunes started 19 years ago when Shirley Montague came up with the idea that we should have something to help with the shoulder season. And we wanted a festival, so she came up with Trails, Tales, and Tunes. Trails, there's a lot of guided hikes because we are in the middle of Grossmoor National Park. Tales, we have a history of storytelling. And of course, Tunes, the music, component is probably the biggest draw of all. It's a 10-day festival, and it started last Friday, the 16th, and it'll run till Sunday coming, the 25th, I believe that is. And there's something on every single day. The weekends are the busiest. There's hikes, there's storytelling, there's our shed talks, there's culinary events. There's something for everybody here. We had our Celebrate the Sea Day on Saturday, which is a big family event that always gets a great turnout, and the kids absolutely love it. The marine station opens, they can see like whole crabs and look at lobsters and things like that in the tanks. So, and there's a bouncy castle and face painting and all that kind of stuff for the kids. So that's wonderful. Our main stage shows take place at our community hall, and afterwards we have concerts, or I guess more of a dance, the shows themselves are family oriented. There's no bar or anything like that. But afterwards we do have a bar set up, and those go on till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and people have a grand time.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So I guess the important question that I should ask next is, where is this happening? Where does this all take place?
This is in beautiful Norris Point, right in the heart of Grossmoor National Park. When you tip that hill coming down into Norris Point and you see Bombay laid out in front of you, I guarantee you will catch your breath and say, wow, this is the prettiest place in Newfoundland.
It absolutely is. In fact, one of my favorite views of all time is from the Jennings house. It's looking down out into Bombay, Norris Point. You can see all
the
of
whole thing.
all
the
of that
tablelands
area
in the background, Shagcliffe, everything is just laid out there for you. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, so you definitely have a great backdrop, great scenery for that, and we've had some pretty decent weather. I mean, the weekend was great weather, especially for an event like that.
We got our snowstorm out of the way for 24th of May last Monday.
Okay. Do these events all take place outdoors? Are there any indoor events? Like if people are looking to travel?
Most of them are indoors. Just the trails that take place outdoors. Everything else is done indoors. Our concerts, we had Labrador night last night at the Marine Station. There's a TED Talk about, I'm trying to remember now, it's the deep ocean. It's an interpretation of the deep ocean. Let me get the exact name. It's the Mapping the Deep, 100 Years of Traditional Knowledge and Marine Discovery in Grossmoor, and that's on tonight at the Old Cottage Hospital here. Wednesday, there's going to be a time, and that's going to be at the Town Hall. There is a schedule. You can go online at www.trailstalestunes.ca, or we have a Facebook page. You can always just put Trails, Tales, and Tunes in on the Facebook page, and we'll pop up. And there's the schedule there of all the events. It's really difficult to try to list everything happening. We have incredible caliber of musicians who play here, both local and from away. And every year, like I was at the hall the other night, and usually in the beginning years, it was mainly a community festival, and there's a few people from Cornerbrook and that you knew them. Now you look around, and over half the audience is from away. That the word is out, and people come to check us out.
So it definitely sounds like you get a lot of tourism that happens there.
Hmm.
For people who are in the area who are watching this episode right now and they want to get out and take part in something before the end of Sunday, tell me, are there any fees for anything? Like we got those concerts, those shows, those trails.
Yeah.
What is the fee structure?
For the main stage concert, you can buy advance tickets if you wish. You buy that online at our website. But everything is done by donation, other than guaranteeing yourself a seat, because it's first come, first serve by donation. And we do that so our community members can take part. I mean, if people had to pay $25 for every show, they wouldn't be able to afford it. And we want our community involved. This is a community festival.
Right. And of course, you mentioned that the website is www.trailstalestunes.ca.
Tales, tunes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
then over on Facebook,
And
they can
tickets.
find it.
Just put down Trails, Tales, and Tunes. Put that in your search, and you will find it. And the website is quite good. I mean, it has the musicians' bios, it has the full schedule, it has some archival stuff from previous Trails, Tales, and Tunes. It's it's a good spot to check out.
So what are some of the events we can expect now moving forward? Do you have any names of any of the entertainers that are going to be performing between now and Sunday, and what people can expect if they decide to come out this weekend, which I think is going to be another nice weekend. We'll see.
Yep. Well, we have our local Mike McDonald, Matthew Hornell, who's now living here, Daniel and Stephanie Payne. The big show I'm really looking forward to. Oh, Sherman Downey and Matthew Byrne, Travis Richards. But our closing concert is on Sunday afternoon, and we're actually going to have free beer, which is Kevin Blackmore and Lorne Elliott, who haven't played together for an awfully long time. And we're all really looking forward to that, as well as Louis McDonald with Dave Padden, Scott Shepherd, Paul Harris. That is going to be just one amazing concert there to close off the weekend. And then we'll just have a closing social afterwards at the Lions Den for anybody who wants to pop over for free. And we'll have refreshments to close out TTT.
Awesome. That's so Kevin Blackwood, of course, Buddy from Buddy, what's his name, and the other fellers.
Buddy Washington. He started off my first time when I moved here first in the early 80s. I saw him at the Ocean View Motel, the free beer show, and it was just off the wall. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these two guys back together again.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. I have a fun story about him. I actually loaned him an Elvis Presley jumpsuit once when he was going on tour. He had his whole Elvis bit. It was great. He's a great guy, great group, great entertainer. And people don't realize, we see him with that group as a comedy group, but he also does and performs pretty beautiful, serious music as well. What kind of a group is Free Beer? I mean, with a name like that, it almost sounds a bit comedic. Does he carry
Well,
that comedy side
that
as well?
is Kevin and Lorne Elliott. That was the name they put on themselves back when they played together in the 80s. And they just, tonight, free beer. So people would go out figuring they were getting free beer. Instead, they got a fabulous show.
Yeah, nobody complained, I'm sure.
That's their sense of humor.
Yeah. 19 years, Marina, this has been on the go. And I'm curious to know, of the 19 years, what has been your favorite event or favorite moment from Trails, Tales, and Tunes?
Oh my gosh, there are so many. I mean, when Russell Carroll played here, that was just mind-boggling. Actually, Lynn Miles played the other night, a famous singer-songwriter in Canada, award-winning, and she just blew me away. I hadn't really heard much about her before, and before she played her third song, I'd bought a copy of her CD to bring home, play for my husband. The culinary events are great fun. There's a number of big dinners at the Chanterelle's Restaurant, Sugar Hill Inn, the Black Spruce at Nettie's Harbour Inn, the Oyster Cafe does an oyster thing. There's just too much. I know I'd leave something real important out if I try to nail down just one thing.
Absolutely. Now, it is 19 years, so next year being the 20th year, have you guys already began to talk about what you guys are going to plan for next year's
We've been
event?
tossing some. As soon as this one is over, we'll be meeting and figuring out what's going to happen next year. You got to go well in advance to get people booked. It's going to
Yes,
be a big
awesome.
one. We're going to be really celebrating 20 years, which is a long time for a festival.
Absolutely, it is, and of course, happening in the beautiful Gross Mourne. I mean, there's a lot that goes on there throughout the summer months and a bit into the fall as well. But this event here happening right now in this time of the year is definitely a wonderful event. It's definitely the right time of the year to be doing something like this. So is it more or less like, I mean, I'm trying to decide or figure out. You know, you chose this time of the year to run these kinds of events. Does it line up with the fact that, you know, we do already see a lot of tourism in the summer and into the fall? That this was kind of an idea we wanted to, you know, bring more tourism here to this time of the year?
The summer doesn't really need help. Everybody's coming to Grossmore in the summer. This started out mainly as a way to extend the season for the businesses here because they're seasonal operations and it's very difficult to pay year-round bills with seasonal income. And by starting early, it kickstarts the whole thing. I mean, you ask any business owner around here, I mean, all the restaurants for the most part closed down. They all opened up, you know, for the weekend and they'll stay open now for for the duration. And then we end up closing, everything shuts down again in October. It's like somebody flicks a switch. And so now we got to come up with something for the fall, keep them coming.
That's awesome. Well, Marina, thank you so much for talking about the Trails, Tales, and Tunes, and look forward to hearing some feedback from that. Folks, if you're watching, you want to get out to that, you can go to trailstalestunes.ca. Also check them out on Facebook. That's Trails, Tales, and Tunes on Facebook. And look forward to having that event. Marina, thank you so much for coming on and having a chat and sharing that
Thank
with
you
us.
for spreading the word because it is a fantastic festival.
Absolutely is. Folks, we're going to come back now with Dustin in just a moment. We're going to head things over to him. Until then, guys, until I see you next time. Bye for now.
My biggest therapy is Mother Nature. When I walk through the woods, I'm seeing a little bit more than just a tree and just a plant. I see what I can do with it. I make medicines and salves from plants and trees. In 2014, I suffered with a heart attack. Since I had my heart attack, obviously there were some Western medications involved. And on top of the Western medication, I have found myself nature-wise, and medicines provided by Mother Nature has helped me a lot. With nature, I have burned sage and sweetgrass. I find that that cleanses the air and, you know, helps you cleanse your body. It also helps me talk to my ancestors. That has helped me through this whole process. I feel responsible as a Mi'kmaq person to help Mother Nature. We look at everything, whether it is a rock or a tree, as life. When I collect my medicines, I'm offering tobacco to thank the plant for the medicine. So the plant will, you know, give me medicine again the following year. It's a part of the big whole. Right now we're standing in the middle of a boreal forest. I can look around, I can see birch trees. You know, birch tree, for example, there's so many things you can do with that. That is the tree of life. Aboriginal people have used the bark for making canoes, for making shelter, for fire starting. There's a fungus that grows on birch, it's called chaga. I use that for my tea. It's a very, very good all-around tonic. Balsam fir trees, the blisters on those trees actually were used to heal cuts and scrapes. You cut yourself in the woods, the first thing we'll do is put some balsam fir sap on it. Society now is so fast. I think the world really needs to slow down and you know, just enjoy nature and the smells and the sights and sounds. Well, this is where it all started in the beginning, was from our plants, you know, and our animals and that kind of thing. Why not go back to the beginning and you know, get back to our roots again? It's very important for the Mi'kmaq people to embrace native tradition. You know, for many, many years, you know, we were told not to be Aboriginal, and I think now society has embraced, you know, Aboriginal peoples, and you know, we should embrace our history in the sense of, you know, traditional medicines and traditional foods. You know, I think it's all a part of the culture that we've lost. So now we have an opportunity to reach out and find ourselves again.
So why volunteer at Rogers TV? Well, it's fun, exciting, and challenging. You can develop practical, hands-on skills in TV production, make new friends, and have fun, all while giving back to your community. For a few hours a week, you can be part of a great team making great local television. Want to find out more? Get in touch with us at rogerstv.com. Make your mark and find a new passion as a Rogers TV volunteer.
All right, and now I am joined on the line by an artist who's going to be performing at Trails, Tales, and Tunes this weekend coming up on Saturday night, and a very exciting act, Kacie and the Wannabe Lovers, who actually debuted this new band last year at this very festival. So here to talk about that experience and what's coming up for them this weekend is Kacie Callahan. Kacie, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I know you're on the road, so thanks for joining us virtually.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Wanted to talk to you about Trails Tales, and because it's coming up, I noticed you guys on the list of artists. Of course, so many different artists performing at this festival. But I know last year at this festival was one of your first shows for the Wannabe Lovers, this new group that you'd put together, which people in the area are still talking about from last year. So first of all, tell us a little bit about the Wannabe Lovers, and then tell me about that gig at the Cat Stop last year and sort of what you remember from that.
Yeah, so I had been in a band prior to this, and we disassembled, and then I got the opportunity to play with Paul Pike, and Paul Harris joined myself and Scott Shepard, and yeah, we started. I think we had done perhaps maybe one gig. It was like a low key type of thing, and then yeah, we made our big debut at the Cat Stop last year, and it was I've played Trail Tales and Tunes for about 9 years. Um,
Did you
this one
normally
was
play it like
just
solo,
wild.
kind of acoustic, or just with the different bands that you had, or like a mix of all of that over the years?
For the first 6 years, I believe, I did mostly acoustic. I would do like the matinees for the Cat Stop, and they were always like so well received. I mean, if you've ever been to the Trails, Tales, and Tunes festival, um, there's an insurmountable amount of support. It's unbelievable. So then I had also performed there with a prior band that I was in called Love Queen. And yeah, last year, this current band that I'm in, we debuted our formation at this festival, and it was packed there. The Cat Stop is always such a great time. But yeah, like people were out the door, lined up outside the door. It was so nice.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys, I've seen the set of the Wannabe Lovers. It's a super powerful, high energy, basically classic rock set with really, stuff from across all generations. But I mean, I think we can't understate some of the talent in the band from, the two Pauls and who are just together like incredible, right? Paul Pike is one of the best guitarists in Newfoundland, I think hands down. And Scott Shepard and Paul Harris also just legendary musicians. So all of you guys together, this is such an incredible performance. And you have been packing the Cat Stop to the gills, and that's probably the reason why now the Cat Stop is currently being renovated to expand, to increase the capacity for shows like this. So this year now, this big show won't be happening at the Cat Stop, right?
That's right. They were a little bit behind on their renovation date, and so now our performance will be at the Lions Club on Saturday from 10 to 12:30.
Yeah, perfect. And a nice big venue that I'm sure will be jammed. And you touched on briefly the type of people that like come up that you're running into in terms of the audience. What more can you say about that? Just like, does it seem like all locals? Do you see people from outside the province? What kind of people are you encountering when you're playing up there?
Actually, that's one of my favorite things about the festival is that people come from all over Canada. I've met people from the United States. There's been people from, I believe I met a woman from France. The thing about the Trails, Tales, and Tunes Festival is that, well, as we know, that it's situated in Gros Morne, and that's a huge tourist attraction. So there's people from all over the world who get to avail of and enjoy the talent that we had that's local.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, I gotta say. It's probably my favorite part is meeting all the different people.
It is cool, and it's also like shoulder season, so the park isn't too crazy or jammed. It's pretty much all the people who are there at that time are there for one reason, it seems like, just to enjoy music and be outdoors.
Well, it kind of kicks off like the whole summer season for Grossmorn, and for us musicians as well. I always say like it's my absolute favorite festival every year. It's like the beginning of like a crazy eventful summer full of music and meeting people from everywhere. Like I said, Grossmorn is like in the summertime, that's the place to be. I think so. I love it there.
It really is. There is literally no better place to be. But I know now you've got like shows all over the place this summer. You put up a list of gigs on your Facebook page, and like I can't even imagine asking you to run through them because there was so many appearances, right? But again, different configurations. You're doing some solo stuff around, but also you'll have some special performances like this one at Trails Tales with Kacie and the Wannabe Lovers, which again, everybody, you need to go see this act. But what else do you want to let the viewers of West Talk know about maybe that you have coming up? Any other gigs that you're excited about?
Oh my gosh, so many. One of the bigger ones is the Jigs and Wheels Festival, which is July 25th. We're opening up, Kacie and the Wannabe Lovers are opening up for Kim Mitchell alongside some other really great local talent like Mary Maker. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, that's right. The Griffins.
Yeah,
and,
there's a whole bunch.
Yeah, a bunch of people. And that's going to be cool because you're going to be part of something really new. There's going to be a brand new stage. They're shutting down West Street, putting the stage on West Street, which basically they've never done before. So pretty cool that you'll get to be part of that sort of historic first of its kind show.
I think so too. I mean, like West Street has really built up over the last few years since I've lived there, and yeah, we're just constantly seeing like more innovation. A lot of like younger people are opening businesses, but having the street festival is going to be like. I know that I've talked to like numerous people from outside of Corner Brook, like around the island, and they're all really excited to come to it. They're all booking their accommodations already. So I know it's going to be a really good festival. So I'm pretty excited about that one. That one's going to be really good. I'm also playing with the Jazz Apostles. They originate from Stephenville. And we're going to be doing a jazz show at the Arts and Culture Center in August. I believe it's August 1st or 2nd. I'd have to double check that date, but that's going to be in Stephenville at the Arts and Culture Center. And I'm doing the Massey Drive Party on the Hill the day after, actually, Jigs and Wheels. They have a big festival or concert that they're doing up in Massey Drive. I've had the pleasure of doing that concert as well a few years back. Again, it was one of the bigger performances that I've had, and really well received as well. The festival itself, not just myself.
Yeah, you know, it's so nice to see, right? Like there's just all these. There's things happening now, right? We go from sometimes these ebbs and flows where there's like nothing on the go, and now you've got 2 gigs in the same city on the same weekend at 2 big festivals. So it's really cool.
Yeah, so lucky. We're so lucky to
cool.
have that, you know? To have not just as musicians for opportunities, but it's so nice to actually have these big concerts, you know, like summertime, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have that.
Yeah, I was thinking like just driving in for this interview, I was thinking about just knowing you over the years and some of the gigs that you've done and places that I've seen you and stuff. And I just had this memory that made me smile of bringing you over to an isolated cabin and a flat bottom boat with your guitar and your friends. And, you know, it just made me thinking about Trails, Tales and Tunes and outdoorsy festivals reminded me of the gathering and that gig that you had there, which was super fun. You remember that?
That's a core memory for me as well. I love that.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it. Never forget the smile that you had on your face just cruising across this bay on the way to your gig at the cabin. Yeah, fun times. It's so exciting being a West Coast musician, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I can say that with full confidence.
Yeah. Well, you certainly seem to be doing something with it. And man, I can't wait. It sounds like it or not, I'm going to have to see you a bunch this summer because you're going to be everywhere. And I am genuinely excited. Like, especially on these big stages. I know you guys crush it in the clubs and stuff, but on these, the band has such a huge sound. Like especially, you know,
Yeah.
the vocals, the big guitar leads and stuff. This band belongs on big stages. So really excited to see that. And of course, really pumped for this weekend at Trails, Tales, and Tunes. So any final invite that you want to extend or any word you want to say to your fans or people who have supported you over the years, or maybe people who are going to check you out for the first time this summer?
I mean, obviously, a huge thank you to everyone who supported me over the years, because without having all of those people, we wouldn't be able to do what we do that we love so much. And thank you so much for having me on here today and for the kind words.
Yeah.
So glad I actually get to talk with you.
Yeah, it's pitiful that we only get to talk on TV sometimes and stuff like that. But hey, busy people. So congratulations.
Yeah, that's showbiz, baby.
Yes, showbiz. Yes, congratulations on all the success this year. Looking forward to all the dates, and I'm sure our West Talk viewers are gonna come up. Oh yeah, let's just plant the seed. Anybody who watched this episode on West Talk, when you see Kacie and the Wannabe Lovers or the Jazz Apostles, go up to Kacie and tell her, I saw you on West Talk. This is the litmus test to prove that this was a worthwhile 10 minutes.
Please do.
All right, Kacie, we're going to let you go. Safe travels on the road, and we'll see you next weekend in Norris Point.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Take care.
So why volunteer at Rogers TV? Well, it's fun, exciting, and challenging. You can develop practical, hands-on skills in TV production, make new friends, and have fun, all while giving back to your community. For a few hours a week, you can be part of a great team making great local television. Want to find out more? Get in touch with us at rogerstv.com. Make your mark and find a new passion as a Rogers TV volunteer.
And that's it for today's episode. I want to thank Marina Sexton for telling us all about Trails, Tales, and Tunes this year and past, as well as Kacie Callahan for coming on to tell us about her performance coming up this week and just life as a musician here on the West Coast. Thanks so much to everybody for your support, and we'll be back again with another episode soon. Stay tuned and take care.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media.
This is Rogers TV.
Bastille.
It's time to get a little messy.
Thursdays, Top Chef heads north.
Welcome to Toronto.
And when the competition hits Canada,
Poutine. They're here to fight for over $500,000.
A lot of dough on the line, right?
there are no apologies allowed.
Am I missing one? Oh my God. Woo.
Sorry, not sorry.
My job's not done until I win.
Can I compete?
Top Chef, all new, Thursdays at 9 on Bravo.
You're watching Rogers TV.
In para-hockey, the ice tilts in favor of men. But that will never stop us. United